Hi guys, you won't believe where I am today. I'm in the beautiful city of Warsaw in Poland. I'm just going to take you around to see how Warsaw is. Hopefully we find a lot of interesting things. Let's go. Okay, so I arrived yesterday around 12ish in the afternoon, and what I did was I did a little walk around just to see how Warsaw is. And what I did notice is a lot of people in Warsaw are quite friendly, and they were quite supportive as well. So there were times whereby I was not too sure of where to go to, and I spoke to some locals and they helped me out, so that's really good. So hopefully today we find some friendly people, and I get to show you more about Warsaw. So as you can see, it's just like any other city across Europe. You know, they have supermarkets as usual. What I did notice is in this local area where my hotel is, the restaurants are not that busy for some reason. I did have Chinese yesterday in the evening. I'll show you the restaurants I went to later on, and it was not busy at all. It was literally me and somebody else, actually me and some other lady and a friend that were there. So it was not that busy actually. So I don't know if it's just the area I'm staying in, where it wasn't that busy. But today I'll take you, maybe not in this vlog, but another one. I'll take you to the actual center for you to have a feel of how the actual shopping center area is, and also talk you through some parts of Warsaw that are quite popular. So this is literally how this urban area of Warsaw is. Obviously this is not the center, so this is what you would see. In terms of the sort of food you'd find here, I did struggle to find local Polish food. I don't know if they don't have a lot of Polish restaurants where I'm staying. They might have it in the inner city, but I did check around for local Polish restaurants in my area, and there was hardly any. So I had to obviously think of where to go to obviously have dinner, and I ended up going to a Chinese restaurant, and the food was really good actually. That was actually the best Chinese I've ever had. I've not had Chinese as good as that before, which is quite odd though, considering we're in Eastern Europe. Also, in terms of local transport, they do have a tram, and they have a metro as well, and they do have Uber as well, so you can get that from the airport to your destination. The Uber is really cheap in Poland though, so yesterday from where I was to my hotel, it was literally like 53 minutes to an hour to get there, and it only cost me about £26 altogether. So if this was the UK and I was traveling, let's say from Heathrow to my house, which is about the same amount of time or even more, you're looking at £120 minimum basically. But here it was really cheap, £26 all the way from Warsaw Modlin Airport to Radisson Blu Hotel. So I'm staying in Radisson Blu anyway. I was really shocked. It's so cheap, and even the food here is really cheap as well. So in terms of traveling around, you can obviously buy tickets in the local area. So you I think next to each tram station there's always a machine where you can buy tickets from. Also, I saw this building yesterday. I was not too sure of what the building is, but what did happen is I saw a guy wearing a military uniform just outside of the gate of this building, and he was holding a gun. So it might be some sort of military building. Hopefully I don't get in trouble recording it. Also, in terms of where to hang around or where to chill, they do have a lot of public areas where you can just sit and chill. For example, this is a seafood restaurant here, and they do have like a sitting area where you can sit and have lunch, for example. They do have this in most major cities anyway, but I just like the setup here. It's totally different. Most places I've been to, the setup is not like this, but this is really good. It's just a good place to come out, chill out, you and your friends have a drink, and obviously make your way either back to work or back home. But yeah, it is really good. I'm not sure if this part is residential because they do have restaurants around there, but that building does look like a residential building. So you'd see a lot of similarities with what you can see in England, for example, especially in London as well. So it might be a mixture of offices, restaurants, and obviously residential, because what tends to happen is below you'd have all the offices and restaurants, then on top you'd have people living there. So yeah, so this is just how it looks. I'm just giving you a feeling of what I'm just giving you a feeling of what a suburban area is like in Warsaw. Moving on, so what else can you do in Warsaw aside from obviously visiting historical sites and you know, going to fancy restaurants or good enough restaurants anyway? I wouldn't say fancy per se. you can actually have a good nightlife here. I did go out yesterday. I went to a shisha bar yesterday to have shisha and a drink. Altogether, it didn't cost me a lot of money. It was literally like, in pounds, like £14 for shisha and a drink, and that was an alcoholic drink. Back in London, you pay a fortune for that. So if you were to get shisha, for example, the minimum amount of money you'd spend would be like £25 or £20. And to get an alcoholic drink, you're talking about £5 if it's a beer, which is what I got. So it was quite cheap actually. So in terms of like safety, security, how they view like ethnic minorities in Poland, safety and security is really safe in Poland actually. Although I've just been here for like a night, not a full day per se, I would say security is really good. You feel very safe when you're here. They've got a lot of police around and they're all armed as well. So it's not like London where you find police officers without a gun and all they have is a taser. Here they actually have guns, yeah? So you feel safe, you feel secure. In terms of like how they treat ethnic minorities or non-white people, I know there was a lot of talk on YouTube about Polish people being racist or they don't like ethnic minorities and all that jazz. From my experience anyway, I don't think that's the case. I think they're very nice people. I think they do like ethnic minorities. I think they're very curious to know you. They're very friendly. They're very approachable. So I've not had that experience at all, and that's why I do advise people to always come to the country first before they listen to what people are saying, because it's so easy to kind of agree with what people are saying without actually coming there. So I've been here, I've seen a lot of black people, I've seen Asian people, I've seen Chinese people, and they're all working together. So to me, Warsaw in particular is so similar to London, very, very similar. So I would say don't worry about it if you're a non-white person, if you're an ethnic minority. It's so safe here, that's all I can say. And the people are quite friendly. And in terms of getting around, it's so easy. Like even most of the hotels are quite close to the center. So all the major hotels are quite close to the center. So it's really, really easy to get around Warsaw. Since I came yesterday, actually, I've not actually taken public transport because I just wanted to walk around to have a feel. But yeah, feel free to take public transport if you're here as well. So we're just approaching the city center area. So that takes you to the metro. They've got a metro station around. So I did come to this part yesterday as well to kind of see how the shopping centre is. The shopping centre is really massive, and they've got all the same shops we have in London as well. So it's quite similar. And it was quite busy yesterday as well. So this whole road was packed up yesterday. Maybe it's the time as well, because like I said, I came in the afternoon and I was walking around in the evening and it was so packed. Like this whole road here was literally like jam-packed. So I spoke about traveling in a tram. So that's a tram, for example. So what would happen is, at the station there will be a ticket machine that you can go to and obviously pay for the tram. So once you obviously pay, then you can make your way to your destination, and they're quite frequent as well, so you don't have to wait for that long to get them. So I'm going to try to obviously vlog in the shopping center. I'm not sure if they will let me do that, but I'll try to, just to kind of give you a feel of how their shopping center is. Anytime I try this in the UK, they tend to tell me to switch off the camera. The only place I was very lucky in was Leeds. When I went to Leeds, I went to their shopping center and I was never told to switch off my camera. But I'm not sure of how they are. I'm not sure of how they view that in Poland. They might feel that it's not appropriate to record in the shopping center, but I'll try that anyway. For me, I like to take risk, and I like to be nosy, and I like to find out what's happening everywhere. So I'm going to try to record in there anyway. If they tell me to switch off my camera, that's totally fine. I've not got any issues with that, but I'll try anyway. And the reason for that is it'll be good for you to kind of understand the sort of things you can see in their shopping center. You would see that it's quite similar to what we have in London anyway, so it's not different. They do have Zara and the sort of shops you find in London anyway, so it's not a biggie per se, but it'll be good to kind of give you a view of how their shopping center is. So that's Warsaw Central. When I came yesterday, it was so interesting, yeah. So I told the driver Warsaw, and he said, "Oh, Warsaw," I think he said Warsaw, and I was like, "What's Warsaw?" And he said, "Oh, Warsaw." And I was like, "Okay." So that's actually how the Polish pronounce it. They call it Warsaw. So Warsaw is literally Warsaw. So that's Warsaw Centralna. Apologies, yeah, I can't pronounce that properly. But that's Warsaw Central literally. So in Polish it's called Warsaw Centralna, which is Warsaw Central. So let's find out what they have there anyway. I've got a feeling that it might be the train station literally. It might just be where you get your train to other parts of Warsaw, and it might also include people traveling from other parts of Warsaw. Not other parts of Warsaw, sorry, other parts of Poland, because some people might travel from other parts into Warsaw. For example, a place like Krakow, they call it Kraków. So that's another thing, yeah. So they call Krakow, yeah. Even though spelling wise it ends with a W, they call it Kraków. Anyways, so that's Warsaw Central. So they've got a parking area obviously, and I suppose what happens is when you get here, then obviously you come out, you get a taxi, or if you ordered an Uber, you just wait for your Uber literally. So this is how Warsaw Central is. Yes, so I'm totally correct. So Warsaw Central is literally a train station. So I was totally correct. You can actually travel in Warsaw Central. You can actually travel to various places. So you can travel to various places across Europe, as well as traveling to other parts of Poland. So for example, you can go to Berlin from here. I was actually thinking of going to Germany, but I'll see how my trip is. So I might actually catch a train from Warsaw Central to Germany either tomorrow or Monday. If that's not possible, I'll just go to Krakow and probably another part of Poland. But yeah, so you can go to Berlin. I'm not sure if you can actually see the departure thing from here, but they've got a train going to Berlin at 12:03. And also you can go to what's it called from here, Krakow from here as well. So far so good. No one has stopped me from recording, so that's good. Because another issue as well is some parts of London, if you record in the actual train station, they might tell you to stop recording. I'll just give you a feel of how the train station is. So if you come from other parts of Poland, or you come from Germany or other parts of Europe, obviously if you got the train from other parts of Europe into Warsaw, they have various facilities here. they've got an information center in the actual train station where you can ask for help. They also have a ticket counter, and I suppose that ticket counter you can obviously buy tickets to other parts you want to get to, and also you can buy a return ticket as well, because what tends to happen is some people travel in with a one-way ticket and they book a return when they get to Warsaw. So in terms of booking a ticket, they do have a ticket stand or ticket stands around. So this is literally where you buy your ticket. It's a really big station though, it's massive. So you come here, you buy your ticket and just make your way. So I might come here actually to find out how much it is to go to Kraków. And if I have time, like I said, I might decide to go to Germany for a day and go to Berlin for a day and see what I can get from there. So they also have a place to support the Ukrainians. Obviously, you know what happened in Ukraine a few months ago. So they have a support area here as well, which is really good. They tend to have that in many parts of Europe nowadays anyway. So when the Ukrainian people come here, they can ask for support and help. That's really good, I must say. I think what I like about Europe especially is they tend to look after their neighbors, yeah? So, for example, when the war happened in Ukraine, a lot of European countries came together and said, how do we support the Ukrainian people? And what they've done is they've set up a program whereby all the countries within Europe can actually take them in. Let's go upstairs and find out what they have there. So this is literally Warsaw Central for those that are joining halfway, because that tends to happen in some of my vlogs. Some people tend to skip to the middle part. So if you're skipping to the middle part, for example, so I'm just in Warsaw Central Station, and the central station is where you can catch a train to either connect to other parts of connect to other parts of Poland, or obviously if Warsaw is your destination, you can get off here and obviously get tickets to other parts if you want. So I'm literally upstairs, and they have like a sitting area here. So this is very similar to Victoria Station, for example. In Victoria Station they have various sitting areas because a lot of the trains are quite long haul, so you have to obviously wait for a while, then catch your train to your destination. So they have a sitting area here upstairs where people can sit, and they've got like various restaurants around. So let me just show you where people are sitting literally. So there are literally people sitting around here waiting for their train to various places. For all you know, some people are going to another country. Like I said, you can connect to other places. Let me just check to see what other countries you can go to, if it's in English anyway, because sometimes they don't have an English subtitle here. So let me just check to see if they have a place where they write English. So no, I don't think there's any English here, because what tends to happen is they would say your destination in Polish, and they'll also say your destination in English, but I don't think they have that on this particular one. So, but I know you can go to other countries from here. Like I said, you can go to Berlin, so you can actually connect to other places. So yeah, so this is the sitting area. Like I said, I think that's it. I'm just going to make my way downstairs and show you other parts. So this is what it is to be in Warsaw. You know, they've got everything you need literally as a tourist. If you're here longer, so if you come here for like a week, you can really do a lot. You can do a lot here, so that's really good. Unfortunately, I'm not here for a week. I'm only here for 5 days. So I think for me 5 days is okay. I don't need to stay here any longer. I'll just do what I can within the 5 days I've got, and I'll see how much content I can create from there. Okay, so that's Warsaw Central. Let me make my way outside. Also, they have a stand here. Let's see what's on there. I suppose that's just a map of Warsaw Central to tell you what you can get. So the services are here. So these are the services you can get. Unfortunately, not everything is in English, but they do have a place you can go to if you want to rent a car. They do have an internet cafe. They do have a salon. They do have cafes and bakeries. So it's just similar to any part of, I mean, it's just similar to any part of Europe you go to. It's similar.